Alright, everybody. This is the two Fleas, Ray Bone Crusher, and that Michael Volpe with that Lumen guy talking about Ray's freedom of speech. Alright. This idiot he said that he got involved because he was worried about the free speech on YouTube and other social media. Okay, everybody has the right to freedom of speech. But when your freedom of speech becomes hate, or not hate, but becomes defamation, Jeremy has every right to sue you for it. But you don't seem to get that. Just like the two Fleas. They've been going on for, what? 6 months now, doing nothing but defaming Jeremy, defaming Tug, defaming Megan, Shizzy, anybody else that they can attack. That's defamation. They said that Jeremy uses bully tactics. I've never seen Jeremy use bully tactics. And what business is of yours about Jeremy's divorce? It's none of your business. And they said that Jeremy lost his job with the religious camp set up in the churches. He never mentioned that to any of us. This is defamation. What you are saying in the transcript, and this is the transcript, so you can't say, oh, I didn't say that, I'm going to strike you for being harassing and bullying. This comes right out of this transcript, and it was only a 25-minute video. And he went on about the dispute with Marilyn Raby. What business of it is of yours? The business deal that he had was with the son or the partner or whatever it was. It wasn't with her. Because they were... And he actually said something about that Marilyn Raby thing at the schoolhouse. Everybody has the right to make a joke. Everybody has the right to do whatever they want. That's freedom of speech. It's not defaming anybody. Oh, and that thing with the car, the incident with the car in Maryland, that Jeremy deliberately did that just to get... Yeah, I don't think so. And get this, guys. Claim that Jeremy said that everybody that that proved opposition to him, what he was doing, he was going to so everybody that keeps had show opposition to what he was doing, he was going to knock on their door and make those people cry like a baby and run off. I don't think Jeremy said that. I know Jeremy didn't say that. He said that what Jeremy was doing was a pulley effect. And he said that Jeremy always wants money. That's not true. And to go back on the other one. Okay, what was that? That he was using a bully effect. Now, at one time, I've never seen Jeremy use any kind of bully tactics against anybody. Jeremy has tried to help people. Jeremy has helped people, and always will continue to help people. You keep forgetting that this whole thing started with John and Michelle. They're the ones that started all this. But you're too stupid and too dumb to get your head out of your ass and realize that what Jeremy's saying is the truth. And then he actually said that the way Jeremy treated Marilyn was pretty crappy. No, I think you got that reversed. Marilyn was the one that was doing crappy things to Jeremy and Christian and Patience, turning off the water, turning off the electricity, locking him out of the warehouse. That was all Marilyn. That wasn't Jeremy. And this idiot, he said that Jeremy carries a hate stick into every town, into another town. Said that Jeremy carries a lot of hate for a lot of different groups. That's bull. Said that Jeremy made anti-gay statements on a video. I never heard it. Said that Jeremy made an anti-Semitic slur against Bruce Matzkin. I didn't hear any anti-Semitic. I never heard any anti-Semitic slur. And then he said that there was a Jewish group that was against Jeremy. He said Jeremy hates Jews and said he was ugly. He was an ugly person and scum. That right there. That is slander. That is defamation. But you don't seem to get it. Your right to freedom of speech is turning into defamation. And that's why Jeremy is suing them. So Jeremy had a bully mentality. Like I said, I've never seen Jeremy use any kind of bully tactics against anybody. He said that us followers are disrespectful, rude, and condescending. Said the only way to deal with a bully is to punch them in the nose. Yeah. Called Jeremy. He actually called Jeremy the king of bullies. Again, what you just said is slander and it's defamation. But you don't get that. I think you also keep forgetting that a lot of this was started by John and Michelle. He said that, I don't know if this was Ray or one of them idiots, said that Chizzy and Megan don't Tug, Megan, and Shizzy don't respond to their emails, and then they're claiming they stood up to a bully. That doesn't make sense. But then again, now you're using defamation against Tug and Megan and Shizzy. Said that Jeremy bullies in the courtroom because he has money influence. Said that Megan and Shizzy and DJ Radis, if they ever went against him, he would pursue it because he has the money. First of all, Megan and Shizzy would never go against Jeremy. They're on his side. Oh, and I said something about him being a resident of Ohio but filing in Florida. Well, he's a resident of both Ohio and Florida. He has the right to file in any court. Seems like old Ray Bonecrusher. Now I'm saying that Ray Bonecrusher never said anything bad about him on his YouTube channel, and that's a lie. I've watched several of his videos. I've watched several of and transcribed several of his transcripts in the videos, and that's all he does is just defames Jeremy all the time. And this is an example of Mr. Bonecrusher. You think you have the right to freedom of speech, but now you're using your freedom of speech to harass and defame Jeremy. And you're all butthurt because you got named in a lawsuit. They said that I think this idiot don't know what he's saying, but he said that if you ever met Jeremy face to face, he'd probably shake his hand and whatever, but also said that he would commit an act of violence against Jeremy. Said that Jeremy is a bully who uses the courtroom as a weapon. Said Jeremy's viewers are wrong, and Jeremy has a lot of hate. Well, I'm going to tell you something. What you just said in that transcript, okay, you had the right to freedom of speech, but what you said right here, that's defamation. So keep it up, you idiots, because he's going to name all of you. He's going to get all of you for defamation. You have the right to freedom of speech. But when you're using your freedom of speech to defame somebody, to ruin their career, to ruin their life, to ruin their business, that's when you stepped over the line. And that's my opinion. All right, thank you for watching.